Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and we're going to be covering a lot of decks from the Nationals and Regionals from this weekend. Now, I have a total of 8 lists, and we have all variety from things like the Irish, or the Ireland, Sweden, Bolivia, Austria, a lot of Nationals, and a few Regionals. This first list is Matthew Brady, Tinny Sortsel, that took first place at the Ireland Nationals, and I have to say, this is kind of what I expected from Sortsel. Tinny Sortsel has really never gotten hit, and Pot of Desires is at 2, but I really don't see many people running it because they'd rather run something else. Now, as we can see in this list, he's running things like Ash Blossom, DD Crow, and Ghost Mourner, which I feel like are going to be the more prevalent hand traps also along with Imperm. Now, in the side deck, as we can see, he's teching Contact C. This is very good since the control of the card cannot fusion summon, synchro, link, or exceed unless they use this card. So this totally shuts down the branded Despia deck, because they have to use this card, so they can't really do that. Unless if they have a specific card that can use multiple materials and have some requirements for that. But I'm not really going to go into the card for card because it's going to be a lot. Next up, we have Vlad at top 4 with his Adventurer branded deck. An Adventurer branded Despia deck. It's pretty much the same as last format, and I really don't need to comment on it because it's more so Adventure has taken the back seat of this format outside of a few decks, and this is one of the variants that is running around for the Adventure engine. As we can see in the side deck, he's running the Necro Banshee with the Zombie World just for Flundries, and we also have Token Collector as well for other token-based strategies. Now, overall, what do I think about Adventure Despia after so long? I feel like it's going to be one of those variants of the deck that's not really going to do much because of reasons outside of a top or two here and there. But anyways, after that, we have the No Eldland Eldritch from Sweden. This took second place by Adam Bogstrom, and I really like seeing the diversity of Eldritch. As we can see, he's running Pot of Duality, Pot of Extravagance. I've seen Pot of Prosperity and Pot of Extravagance, or all three at once. Then you also have your humongous trap lineup being Trench Tribute, Solemn Strike, Judgment, Skill Drain, Ice Dragon's Prison. Just all of these utility trap cards that are pretty good. He's also siding the Ash Blossom along with Imperm, so it's just his hand traps on his side deck, and his extra deck is his extra deck's just there. It's more so a Pot of Extravagance, and just in case if a random Dogmatic Maximus comes around, which is always useful in my opinion. But some of the tech choices I do have to say, you have the one Zeus, the one Ptolemy M7, and the one Gaia Charger. That's actually very good because you can go into Playdays, plop on top of Ptolemy, and plop the Gaia Dragon to attack to get a free extra 2 materials on your Zeus. Because right now I don't think many decks can go against a 2 to 3 detached Zeus. But overall, this is a pretty good deck. Next up, we have Infernoble Knight from Bolivia. Bolivia had a tremendously weird top 8 that no one would have least expected. The top 8 was Infernoble Knight, Mystic Mine, Tri-Brigade List, Tinny Sortsel, Pendulum Magician, Mech Knights, Branded Despia, and Dogmatic and Invoke Shadal DPE. Now, when looking at this list, this is post the ban list, as we can see, the one Hulk, the one Riser Dragon, no Auroradon. Now, a lot of these cards in this deck, I don't know what they really make of this, but let's talk about some of the tech choices. As we can see, he's on both Deshudo and Snow, which is very good, along with the Armageddon Knight. We also have the Neo Space Connector line with Aqua Dolphin for an additional hand rip. Then we also have the Plague Spreader for the tuner. We have a small Phantom Knight package, the small Therian package of Double Regulus, which is a Omni Negate on its own. We have one Vion Sphere. It is a tuner monster, and if it's sent from the monster card zone to the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points to target one face-up monster you control. Equip this card to that target. And you can send the equip card to the graveyard, target an equip spell in the graveyard, and equip that to the monster that it was equipped to. So you get additional uses out of your equip spells, like your metal silver armor, or just another random equip spell for your Charles. And we're going to be looking into the side deck a little, as we can see one Nibiru, double Token Collector, and double Rivalry. So it's really dependent on the matchup, also siding evenly matched. Now let's get into the next one. This is a second place Mystic Mind Burn from Bolivia as well, and it is a very standard list of what Mystic Mind Burn is. Jeff Leonard would be proud. Now I wanted to look at the extract real quick. He's running Emperor Trilojig as a target just for, I guess, Dogmatica Punishment, but I have no clue why this is in here. But we also see other things like the Sprin, the Iron Dash Dragon, the Cybersaurus, Wind Up Arsenals and Moa, Artifact Dagda, Light End Adagnister, and Virtual World Jaja. Yeah, that's Jaja. Along with the next crawler, it's just a lot of cards just thrown in there. Like, hey, how much of a funny can I do? That is my opinion, though. Next up, we have the first place, Paul Muehlner from the Australia Nationals. And this is all Gas Despia, running 2 Albion the Black-Clad Dragon. Now, normally people only play 1, but a lot of people are starting to play 2 because they're seeing the value of the card. Also, along with that, you can see he's signing the one Despian Comedy. Sorry about that. Then we have one Branded Banishment as well, because this is actually a very powerful card in a later game. But overall, this is going to be the standard version of Despia for this format, and I cannot wait to see what they will do to this deck. After that, we have a first place Salamangreat list from Enrique Toledo from the Ecuador Nationals. This is a list, and I really like it. They're not on the Heat Soul anymore because he's rather be playing the double access code and the one Heat Soul. So they dropped Heat Leo just to run Heat Soul and double access code. Now, we can see he's citing the Dweller because the extra deck space is pretty tight, and you can see he's also on Dagaris, either for the draw 2 or special summon a monster from the graveyard. So Dagaris is just there very easily. Now, as we can see, Ash, DD Crow, Droll, Valor, and Imperm are the mainstead of the format. And finally, one last list. This is the second placed list from Michael Sherratt from the Richmond Regional. This is Adventure Therian ABC. As we can see, he's running 3 Disc Coliseum along with the double Regulus and the 1 Terraforming just for that engine, just to get an Omni Negate, along with another Omni Negate with the Adventure engine. Now, it's still kind of shocking Konami didn't hit the Adventure engine. I guess it was too soon, and honestly, I really haven't been seeing that much Adventure within all of these lists. Now, there are the Therian Adventurers, there's this variant, there's a Adventurer Punk variant for Therians, and also the Sun Avalon version. So there's many different versions of Therian going around that's causing Regulus to go up to $90 in total. But I want to know what you guys think about these lists. Tell me down below. But overall, the first week of the format is pretty interesting. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video. and goodbye.